Welcome back to Barbecue with Greg. Let's put that meat on the grill. Let's get started. Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Today we got a frigid day. It's about 15 degrees Fahrenheit or so. But we're putting a brisket here on the Masterbuilt. Test out these cold temperatures, see how it goes. Now this has been on for about 8 hours now. I'll just keep you up to date what I did, what I'm going to do. Now we started off with a 16.5 pound brisket that I got from my local butcher. Last night I trimmed it up, trimmed off all that excess fat, shaped it up a little bit, seasoned it with some salt, pepper, and some barbecue rub. So I filled my hopper up with charcoal, lit that, set the temperature to 250 degrees. I got the brisket sitting on the shelf. I got a roasting pan under that to catch any drippings falling down. In the roasting pan, I put a couple onions all cut up. I put about a liter of water in there to start. I put this on at 3 in the morning. So 4 hours later, I came out. I topped up my charcoal hopper. It was almost empty. I put another liter of water in the roasting pan. All the water that I had in there already evaporated. So here we are, another 4 hours later. I'll show you my setup. I'll bring you in a little closer. Okay, let's open it up. I got my thermometer here. All right, you can see some nice smoke colorization there. Working on a little bit of that bark. Taking interior temperature here. 152 or so. Our baking pan there is still going. See, our onions are just working with all those juices. I'll show you, we're going to use that toward the end of the cook. All right, I'm going to close this down. I'm going to top up my hopper here with charcoal. We're going to let this go at least a couple more hours. I'll bring you back and I'll show you what I do next. All right, we're now 10 hours cooking time here on this brisket. Time for the next step. So for the next step, I'm going to pull the brisket off. I'm going to bring it inside my warming tent here. I got the wood stove going there, so it's nice and warm inside. Let's go in there and do the next step. Before I pull the brisket off, let's open this up. Take a look here. Oh yeah, this is just coming along nicely. Loving it. Look at the dark of that. Look how dark that meat's getting. The smell on here is just amazing. After 10 hours cooking here, we are probing a temperature of, let's say 164. All right. First, we're going to take our baking dish here off the grill. Set that aside there. Oh, the smell of the onions is just fantastic. Here we are. Here we are, just a thing of beauty here. Nice and warm here in the tent, so I can take my coat off. Okay, so my plan is now, we're going to slice this up. We're going to put it in our broth here. So, take it up the tray here. Just going to separate the flat from the point. Get a nice big bread knife here. Cut that down. There we are. Now what I'm going to do, slice this up. Roughly 1/2 inch slices. As I'm slicing here, the juices are just pouring out. I need to save that. Make sure that goes in my tray here. Okay, continue on slicing. Do the same for my flat end here. And stop. Drain all those juices in again. Okay, continue slicing. All right. For this part, I'm going to cut it in half this way, right down the center, the thickest part of the brisket, and then we'll continue on with our slices. Now I'm going to slice this right in half just to make these pieces a little more manageable. What we're going to do, set our brisket into the pan, into all these juices. Can't resist a couple pieces here. Wow, what good flavor. All right. Okay, we're going to cover this with foil, put it back on the grill. There we are. We're going to set this back in the grill. When the family comes over 3-4 hours from now, we're going to pull this off and just serve it as it is. Of course, I'll bring you back, let you know how everything went. Okay, we're at a total of 12 hours cooking time here on this brisket. Just going to do a quick temperature check. Put in there. The smell on here is just amazing. Okay, we're probing at a temperature of 202 into the meat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower the temperature here. All right, I lowered the temperature to 150 degrees. We're just going to keep this warm. We got a couple of more hours before the family comes over, and we're going to pull this off. This will give it a nice chance just to rest at a nice temperature. The whole cook was at 250 degrees for 12 hours. The last 2 hours is going to be at 150 degrees. I'll bring you back when we take it out, sample it, show you what we got.
This worked out really well serving the brisket like this. Every piece was juicy and tender. The Masterbuilt worked really well in these cold conditions. I might have burnt through twice as much charcoal as I would in a summer day, but I'd say it worked really well. Every piece from the point to the flat was nice and tender. This was enjoyed by everyone, whether it was straight on the plate or in a bun. So cooking it this way, slicing it and finishing the cook with a sliced brisket and the juices was definitely a game changer for me.
Thanks for watching Barbecue with Greg, one of those barbecue cooking shows people watch on YouTube sometimes.